my Scott Sunday stock watch list for you guys real quick. I want to show you the Amazon absolutely paid you if you took some of these call outs here. We had the 34.34 mark, and it touched all the way to all-time highs. So that was a great one. That was a gregreat report. Apple was another one that absolutely paid above 135. It touched 137. Above 137, actually. The Peloton puts were, we had $100 puts on the watch list last week, and it dropped all the way to 96. That was a great play, especially later on in the week. They paid really well with the contracts being really cheap near Thursday if you're buying weeklies and just day trading them. So they dropped from 102 to actually it might have been 103 all the way to 96 in one day. Those paid really well on Thursday. And then Square, we had the 248 call out last week, and it ran all the way to 260. So those paid very, very well. It's a perfect week last week. We all made a ton of money in my channel. I hope you guys were able to take advantage of this too. But I got something on the watch list this week. I'm going to start with Square. It doesn't look the best on the chart, but I'm very, very optimistic with their earnings this week. I have 250 calls for May 14th. You don't have to play it like that. It's going to be pretty aggressive, but I'm just throwing that out there for this watch list that we could see this run up. I would love to see above 260. Maybe even 278. I'm expecting them to report crazy earnings. I love Square. I do a lot of analysis on Square, but we could see 236, 237 mark before they report earnings. You know, I'm hoping that the tech sector doesn't sell off this week, but you never know. So I'm paying attention to this, and I have some puts to hedge, but I'm very, very bullish on this. I have the 250 for May 14th expiration. So just a side note, that's my kind of my hints that I really am bullish on this after the earnings report. But diving into this week, ones that look good to me, Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs is really good above this 353 mark. If 353 can break this 353.50, we're going to see all-time high test and probably much higher. So I'm watching here, and anything below 346, I probably won't enter, but I would like to enter into Goldman Sachs around 350. I think that's a great price to enter into. Enter into some calls, 350 calls for this week, breaking out to all-time highs. I would love to see that happen. I'm actually very bearish on DraftKings. Their web traffic view is pretty terrible. Above this 58 mark, we could see much higher, but anything below 55, if we see 55, 50, I'll probably be in some puts or below that, maybe trim some here and then ride it all the way down to this 53 mark. Anything below this, it gets really ugly. Not very bullish on DraftKings. I feel like a lot of people are just using bookies still, or going to casinos or whatnot, just a sports gamble. So not very bullish on DraftKings right now, but in the future, in the long-term future, I think they're a great stock. Mara's a Bitcoin mining company, and they're actually they were getting murdered for a while after the Coinbase IPO. A lot of regulation hit. People think there's a froth concern in the crypto market, which there is, but we'll get into that at a different time. Above $39 here, I think that above $39 here, I would definitely take some because it has a nice room all the way up to 40, maybe even to 42. Above that, it could even go crazier. Bitcoin's up almost to 60K again. It's at 58,000 right now, but keep on watching this. This follows Bitcoin's trail. So if it breaks this 39 mark, just know it's probably going to touch 42, and it could pay you pretty well. So Mara's on there. We got Goldman Sachs on there. I really want to show you Zillow. The chart does look bad, just like Square, but their earnings are this week again. And my sentiment here is their future outlook is going to look insane. They're going to have a great earnings report, in my opinion, because the web traffic is up 12% and just going up crazy, especially in the crazy booming housing market right now. And hear me out. I think that when cities come back, a lot of people are going to be using Zillow to enter into apartments. They're going to want to look for apartments, and there's going to be, now that New York City is opening up 100% in July, that this city is going crazy right now, and a lot of people are moving to it, and the rent is going sky high, and Zillow is going to be one of the main brokerages for that, or the main site to look for a new apartment. So that's my sentiment. Just one of them. Their revenue numbers look really good, and their future outlook looks amazing, and they're in a very harsh downtrend. Anything below 126, I'll probably enter some puts for the downturn, but I'm a big believer in this, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw us above 142, 143, or maybe even all the way up to 138. I'm probably going to buy calls around 133, 132.50, and ride them up for the week, and try and get in the money calls, and then ride them up into earnings. Probably sell before earnings because I don't want Ivy to crush me, but I'll roll forward and buy a farther out expiration with my profits. So I got Zillow on there, Goldman Sachs, Mara, and I really want to tune into Seal. Seal, my entire channel has been in since around $2.10. So it's paid us over 200% already. And not at one point it did, not right now, but I do like to see this. I want to see this breakout above the 642 mark. You probably want to buy more shares more than anything rather than play calls, because I don't think it'll move too much. The premiums won't pay you very well, but anything above 640, I'm gonna more than likely guess it's gonna break the 660 high and probably push near to $7, which would be a great thing to see. So I won't enter this anything below 585, but I do like it above this VWAP at 6. Anything below 6, I would add more shares, but this could really break out to about 660, maybe even push to 675 to $7 this week. So keep that on watch. I talked about Zillow. So we have Zillow, we have Mara, we have Square, we have Goldman Sachs. And then I want to give and then we got Skills. Can't forget about Skills. Skills has a falling wedge pattern right now after it got short squeezed, and above 18 with their earnings this week. I think this could really fly back to $20, maybe even higher. But below the 1681, I'll probably take puts, or I'll probably take $17 puts around the $1675. Yeah, $1675 mark I'd be in puts, and around $18 I'd be in calls for this reversal here, especially bidding up into earnings. I think this could be a falling wedge breakout on the daily. Just pay attention to that. Fastly, they really need to report good earnings, or this one's going to be over. $62, I would expect to be in puts all the way for the $58 breakdown. So this is a huge bounce right here, 62.29, 62.30. I'd buy $62 puts, or even 60, because this could really fall and get ugly. But if they report good earnings and they have some steady growth, we could see, I'll probably enter calls around the $68 price, and then try and get this gap filled up to 69 to $70. Could be, they have earnings this week too, so they could run up, but I'm not going to get my hopes up. I actually really do like these puts from 62.29 all the way down to 58.20. What else is there? We got Uber earnings this week. They just got completely sold off too. It's pretty bearish, so I probably wouldn't even put this on the watch list. But I do like Datadog. Datadog is a great stock here. Could move all the way down to 83, but if it does break this 88.75 mark, you should probably get yourself exposed to some calls now that they have earnings this week too. I really like the stock, and I think that above this 89 mark, we could see much higher, much higher, especially with earnings. I know that they're gonna report really good numbers as well. And I think that's about it that I got for this week. This week we're gonna see a ton of movement. There's a ton of earnings. I posted my earnings watch list that we got going on this week on my Instagram page at next_era_trading. So check that out. It's posted on the feed and my story. But other than that, I think that there's going to be a lot of movement this week, and I think that Square and Zillow and Skills are going to be some really good payers this week. If you want a safer play, I will give an honorable mention right now. Waste Management, super cheap, $140 calls for May 21st or even June will pay you. It's just there's been a strong uptrend, and they just broke out of this consolidation period. So could see this continually moving up, and it's just a very safe stock to be in. So that's about all I got this week. Last week was unbelievable. I'll post the calls and stuff on my Instagram and my Facebook page and my Twitter page. So if you want to give those a follow, go ahead. You'll see a lot of information there. If you want to join the channel to get real-time stuff, follow the nexteratrading.com. Go right to the website and click the join the channel, and it'll email you. You can just try the week pass. If you don't make the week pass money back, then I am doing something wrong. But I hope you guys can check that out. We got a lot to watch this week, especially even with Snap consolidating. We got Chewy consolidating. There's going to be some pretty big movers this week, and it'll be all eyes on the QQQ consolidating in this range. If you see below 337, you could see 335 all the way to 334, and then below that is going to start getting ugly. So going to keep an eye on the whole NASDAQ sector and the full tech sector, but that's my watch list for the week. You got the DraftKings puts. We got Goldman Sachs for an all-time high break. Square, I'm very bullish on, even though the chart looks bad. Same with Zillow. Seal, all-time high break would be great. And then we got the Mara above $38. And then we have the honorable mentions of Fastly and Datadog. And then you cannot forget about Skills falling wedge pattern. So we got a couple things going on this week. Got the Uber earnings. There's a ton going on, but those are the main ones that I want to watch at those levels. Go back and pause to check out the levels, and I'll be also posting them on my Twitter and my Instagram to show you the actual levels where I'll be entering calls versus puts. So I hope that helped, and I'll see you guys next week.